All right, so you actually did it. You walked away from the endless meetings, the deadlines, that whole 9 to 5 life sentence that was just draining the life out of you. That was a huge and probably terrifying decision, but you made the leap. So the big question is, what happens now?
Okay, and let's get one thing straight right from the jump. This is not one of those explainers about finding your passion or building your personal brand. No. The journey you're on right now is, well, it's a lot deeper than that. It needs a totally different kind of map.
What we're really talking about here is a manual for psychological dismantling. It's about the careful, deliberate work of taking apart the employee identity that's been kind of fused to your sense of self for years. It's about deconstructing that whole professional persona to find the actual human being underneath it all. You know, the one that exists outside of performance reviews and productivity goals.
And that's exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to walk through a structured path forward, a 90-day blueprint designed to help you do exactly that, to reclaim your life from the corporate machine. First things first, you have to give yourself credit for what you've just done. Quitting a job isn't a failure, and it's not a retreat. In a system that basically screams that your value is your output, just walking away, that's a seriously courageous act of resistance. You didn't just leave a job. You broke out of a life sentence. So let's talk about day one, the very first day, because those first few moments of freedom can feel weird. It's this strange mix of total relief and just pure gut-punching panic. All of a sudden, the entire structure of your life is gone. What are you supposed to do? You know, the philosopher Soren Kierkegaard actually had a name for this feeling. He called it the dizziness of freedom. And what's so wild about this idea is that the anxiety you're feeling isn't just a fear of falling. It's the terrifying, but also kind of thrilling realization that you have the absolute power to jump. You are completely in control, maybe for the first time in a long, long time. And this captures that feeling perfectly, right? That first Monday morning, there's no login, no meetings. You look at your calendar and it's just blank. After years of that calendar telling you where to be every single minute, that open space can feel less like freedom and more like a terrifying void. The silence can be absolutely deafening. So to fight back against that vertigo, you need a protocol. Your first day is not the day to start hunting for jobs or making 5-year plans. It's for rebooting your humanity. You have to focus on simple, physical things. Go for a walk with absolutely no destination. Eat a meal because you're actually hungry, not because it's noon. Just reconnect with the basic animal rhythms of being alive. And this gets us to the first 30 days, what we're calling the deprogramming phase. This is where the real psychological heavy lifting starts. The goal here is to surgically separate your identity from your old job title and to finally silence that ghost in the machine. Look at this comparison because it's so important. On one side, you've got the corporate identity. It turns you into an instrument of production. Your value is literally measured by your output. But on the other side, you've got the full human being, someone capable of free, conscious, creative action. And here, your value is inherent. You don't have to earn it. You are not your output. And here's the main villain of this whole phase, the internalized supervisor. It's that nagging voice in your head telling you you're lazy for resting on a Tuesday afternoon. But here's the thing. That guilt isn't a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's a withdrawal symptom. It's a sign that your body is literally healing and detoxing from years and years of manufactured, artificial urgency. Just take a second, right now. Think about your day so far. Did that ghost supervisor show up? That little spike of panic you felt because you weren't being productive? That's him. And just noticing it, being able to name it, that's the first step to kicking him out for good. Now, think about this number for a second. 5. Economists have actually calculated that a 5-hour workday is probably enough to meet all of society's real material needs. So if you've been working 8, 10, 12-hour days, you have accumulated a massive rest debt. The rest you need to take right now isn't a luxury. It's a biological and economic necessity. You've earned it. Okay, so that brings us to the next 60 days. This is all about rewriting what success even means. Once you've started to rest and quiet that internalized supervisor, the real work begins, building a whole new value system, one that doesn't come from a corporate handbook, but one that you actually define for yourself. Just look at this shift. We're replacing things like promotions with the ability to just rest without feeling guilty. We're swapping performance reviews for creative expression that doesn't have a price tag on it.
A successful day is no longer about climbing some ladder. It's about getting lost in an interesting idea or just moving your body with intention. Ugh, this question, we all know it. For anyone who's just quit their job, this can trigger a massive wave of social anxiety. Your old answer, your job title, is gone. So how do you respond without feeling like a total failure? The answer is to embrace what we'll call the nobody phase. See, when you don't have a job title, you're not a somebody in that old corporate sense. But that's not a bad thing. It's actually a strategic advantage. These new answers, they're not excuses. They are powerful statements of intent. You're not unemployed. You are in the active process of becoming. And this brings us to the final and maybe the most crucial reframing of this entire journey. It's about really understanding the nature of the struggle that lies ahead. The philosopher Albert Camus, he imagined Sisyphus as happy, and not because his task was easy, but because the struggle was his. Quitting your job isn't about escaping struggle. It's about trading a meaningless, soul-destroying boulder that only serves some shareholders for one that is authentically yours to push.
And never, ever forget this. By refusing to define your entire life by your economic function, you're taking part in a kind of quiet philosophical revolution. You are standing up and affirming that a human life has worth all on its own.
Look, this journey of tearing down and building back up can feel totally overwhelming, but you don't have to wander around in the dark. The 90-day blueprint we've been exploring, that's your map. It's a structured way to navigate that dizziness of freedom and find solid ground on the other side. So as we wrap this up, this is the real question you were left with. You have taken back your energy, your time, and your struggle. The corporate mountain is in the rearview mirror. Now you're standing at the foot of your own mountain with a rock that finally belongs to you. What new world are you going to choose to build?